Okay, good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. It's been a while since I've done a live. So good to be back here with you guys. And of course, you know that, big upcoming match. So we definitely, had to do a preview to this match. I don't know if it's a very important match. To be honest with you, I really don't know if it's a very important match. I am a little bit confused about this particular game in terms of what to make of it, and we'll get into that later on in the video. I had actually planned to do this live yesterday, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I did not get a chance to do the live yesterday. So, we had to, and we have to get it done, obviously, before the game. We have to do a preview, as is in keeping with what we normally do. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't know what to make of this game, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's an important game or not. Not gonna lie to you, I don't really know what to make of this game, but hopefully, I think the main thing for me personally, as more people begin to come onto the stream, I think the most important thing for me personally is just to see if Paul Hall can implement, if we can see some sort of a system in place. I think that's the most important thing for a number of people. Right? I mean, we hear Paul Hall talking the talk about how he wants his team to play, but talking the talk and implementing or implementation is two different things. So I think that's the most important thing for me personally. Will he be able to pull it off though? In terms of, it's very difficult to enforce your will against superior opposition, It's not the easiest thing to do, to enforce your will against superior opposition. So, if he can pull this off, in terms of if he can implement some sort of a system, and we can actually be watching the game and actually see this system, then, kudos to him. Kudos to him, Let us hope and really hope that, we can see an improvement, some sort of an indication of an improvement on what we'd have been seeing under the previous head coach. And then there's also the whole school of thought that, how much change can we see in such a relative short period of time? What time is the game playing tonight, boss? You don't know that by now. Ricky Ramspassard. You don't know that by now, my boss. At 8 o'clock the match start, man. Oh, you don't know, but no, you just have to find out when match start, boss. You're supposed to know that already, man. You're supposed to know that already. Yeah, so it's a game that many of us, including myself, is eagerly anticipating, man. Eagerly anticipating. Paul Hall, for starters, it's good to see that Paul Hall is doing a lot of interviews. He's doing a lot of interviews. And I must say that and we kind of knew what to expect. We kind of that indication was made to us from very early, from immediately from the incept immediately from Paul Hall, took the job. You could tell that he was going to be different with the media, right? And we're seeing that. It's a couple of interviews well Paul Hall has done. A couple of interviews well that Paul Hall has done. Right? A couple of interviews well that he has done. Right? Quite a number of them with different publications. Probably about 4 or 5 I watched. Right? So it was, I think, I've never seen a gaffer. I shouldn't say that. I never saw the previous gaffer do so many interviews before a game, right? So it's very refreshing to see Paul Hall, engaging with the public. I still think a press conference would be the best way to go. But hey, we're hearing from the gaffer, and that is the most important thing, obviously. Some things that, he has been saying some things in these interviews. He has been talking about the application and the work ethic and the commitment shown from the boys in camp, and how impressed he is with the attitude of the players, and that is good, especially given the fact that a number of the players are young players, right? A number of the players are young players. So Richard, where can we watch it live? Honestly, right now I don't know. I think TVJSN. I think TVJSN is carrying it. I'm not so sure if they're carrying it live though, to be honest with you. I think they are. I think TVJ is the one carrying it delayed, and TVJSN is the one that is carrying it live. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what is taking place. Right? But as soon as this live is finished, I'm definitely gonna be, trying to basically shore up that aspect of it to ensure that I have eyes on the game. And I'll put links in the comment section during the watch along. If we find a link that we can put in the comment section for you guys to watch the game. I know people must tired for here we beat the JFF, but honestly, normally with things like this, the information is provided as to where you can watch the match. As a matter of fact, sometimes the links are even provided, so some national federations would tweet a link to the match, right? Or our clubs and federations would tweet a link to the match, or put the link somewhere on one of their social media platforms that fans can access the game. JFF now do that, sir. Right? JFF don't give us any indication as to where we could possibly see this football game. No indication where. Right? And don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath, because you're not gonna see any indication as to where you can watch the match. These are the little things that help to improve the overall product, man, and help to improve the connection with the fan base. JFF need to improve on that, man. Like literally today is match day, and everybody are run up and down and ask the question, where can we watch this match? Where can we find this match? That's a foolishness. That's not supposed to take place. Roderick Shaw, big up, boss, big up. Yeah, man, big up, boss, big up, big up. Much respect, man. Thanks for being here. We're just doing this preview, this Jamaica versus Panama preview. The game starts at 8 o'clock, which is what, 6 hours from now? No lie. Yeah, man, about 6 hours from now, that, no? Yeah, so honestly, I personally, I don't know what to expect, people. Honestly, me don't know what to expect from this game. I'm not gonna lie to the man and say, this, that, and whatever I got tonight. Because honestly, I don't know. I am hoping for a pleasant surprise. That's what I am hoping for. I'm hoping for a pleasant surprise. Right? I don't know what will happen tonight. Honestly, because you're talking about a new coach. You're talking about a lot of relatively new faces, a lot of relatively young players that don't really have much experience at this level. And if I'm not mistaken, many of them are debutants as well, right, for the national senior team. So I don't think we'll win the game later on. I honestly don't think we'll win the game. Yes, I'm looking for a favorable result in terms of if we can even get a draw or keep the scoreline down, right? But on the flip side, the most important thing for me, and I think many fans would agree with this, the most important thing for me is how does the team play? Right, this is the game that is going to give us an indication as to what Paul Hall is really about. I tell you this much, we're going to learn. I don't know how much we're going to learn about Paul Hall tonight, but we're gonna learn some stuff about Paul Hall tonight. Guys, smash the like button. Free and easy way to support the channel. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you're new as well. But I think we're gonna learn some things about Paul Hall, man. How much we're gonna learn, how good of a coach he is. I don't think we'll be able to use this one performance to say, oh, he's a very good coach or oh, he's a very bad coach. I don't think so. Right? How much we're gonna learn about this particular coach tonight is left to be decided. But we're gonna learn some things about this coach tonight, man. And hopefully it's some good things. Hopefully it's positive things we're gonna learn about this coach tonight. I think at the very least we might have some indication as to whether he's an upgrade on the previous gaffer. I think at the very least we might have some indication as to that. Coach, big up, boss, big up. Big up. By the way, it's a good one. I'm not forward for your show, coach. Coach, I'm not a blazer, coach. But no, you have your blazer rule, I'm not a blazer, coach. So, but big up, coach. Big up. Yeah, but, hopefully, Paul Hall can give us a real indication as to, just I want when this game finished tonight, we can say, yes, this is a good coach. This is a decent coach. This is, sir. That's what I really want. I want when this game finished tonight, we can say, okay, the coach was a proactive coach, and not a reactive one. The previous gaffer was a very reactive coach, right? Rarely ever, took the initiative or rarely ever, try to set the pace or set the tone or like, you understand what I'm saying? He was always reacting to what the other coach was doing, right? He was always the one, who was making substitutions after the other coach across, in the other dugout. He wasn't the one to, make the sub first or to change things in the game first. Or you guys know what I'm talking about. So, I'm really hoping that tonight in watching this game, we can see a coach who is hopefully who plays on the front foot. Hopefully a coach that has some sort of plan, right? As a coach saying it here, Paul seems to have a plan. I mean, I'll tell you this much. Paul talks the talk. He talks the talk. Whether or not he can walk the walk, we're going to have to see tonight. Formula, honestly, I have more confidence in Paul Hall more than the previous coach. He's more media friendly to the fans, YouTube media and all. Yeah, man. This this particular coach, to say that he is comfortable with the media is an understatement. Now, let's bear in mind, Roderick. Let's bear in mind, that these are early days, right? A lot of coaches are comfortable with the media until things get a little bit hectic, and then you start to see the real individual come to the forefront. So, so far so good. The gaffer seems very, very comfortable with the media, and again, we have to big him up. I have never seen so many interviews from the previous gaffer like what Paul Hall is doing. I have not, like, I see about like 4 to 5 interviews with this gaffer before this up. And don't be surprised if you see even more. Don't be surprised if you see even more. Right? I think from minute one you could tell this gaffer was going to be different with the media. Right? And I think as fans, I think that only speaks well for football going forward, honestly. Yeah, he has media training. If I'm not mistaken, he has a degree in journalism or something like that. So he knows how to handle himself with the media. He knows how to handle himself with the media. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't the most welcoming sort of personality, right? I think one of the things that really and truly went against the previous gaffer is that he was so uncomfortable speaking with the media that it really and truly at times made him look like he didn't know what he was about. You know how you portray yourself, Even in football, perception is the reality, And how you portray yourself has a lot to do with how you're seen, Right? And this coach, this particular coach, Paul Hall, he's already generating a lot of confidence in his ability. And we have not even seen him coach a game for the Reggae Boyz as yet, or manage a game for the Reggae Boyz as yet. Right? I was very impressed with how he broke down the Panama and the way how they play. Right? Because he was doing an interview and he was saying that, he had watched some of the games, in the build up to this game, and just breaking down what he saw, right? And articulating that very well. I was very impressed. I think I've never heard the previous gaffer do that. So I was very, very, very impressed with just how articulate he was in breaking down what he saw from the not the Panamanians, the Peruvians. I was very impressed with how he broke it down, man. Right? I mean, sounded like a man who really knew the game, man, and really understood the game. Honestly, man, I was very, very, very impressed with that. I was saying earlier that I'm a little bit confused as to TVJSN, TVJ Sports Network, Andre Beckford. So if you have cable, if you don't have cable, you have to go watch the rebroadcast or find a link. Find a link on the internet. I think onespotmedia.com too, Yes. Football language and jargons, very important. Very important. That's the first indication, when a man is when a man is what's the word I'm looking for? In a respective field, or enters a respective field or portrays himself to be an individual who is working in a specific field. The word that I'm looking for eludes me right now, but one of the most important things to decipher if that individual is any good at what he does or is good at the work that he does in the respective field is how he speaks, right, about his work. As quotes say, the language and the jargons is very, very, very important. And Paul Hall has that down, man. I mean, the guy has a pro license. So that's not surprising, right? That's like the PhD of football. You can't have a pro license and not at the very least be able to really speak the game and really talk the game and use the respective jargons and language to convey your respective points. In listening to his interview, I was saying earlier in the live that I am a bit confused though as to the importance of this game, because during the interviews, he never ever said in the interviews that this is a game that I'll be using to keep players match sharp. Like the Speedy Williams, the Damian Lowe's, the Kemar Taxi Lawrence, players like that who are important parts of our World Cup qualifying campaign, but who are currently out of season, right? He just always kept on stressing about, the young players proving themselves, right? Trying to give him a headache. I think that was one of the things that he said in terms of he wanted the players to give him a headache. Yeah, man, One Spot Media. He wanted the players he wants to see new players. Exactly. Now, my thing is, on the real, guys, how many of these players stand a realistic chance of making it into the upcoming World Cup qualifying campaign? Like, on a real, how many of them really and truly stand a serious chance at making it? Before Kahim Paris exit, before Paris's exit, he was the only one of the young players that, in my humble opinion, stood a realistic chance of making it, into the World Cup qualifying squad. And even him, the only reason why I think he would probably make it is probably because of a shortage of wingers for whatever reason. Right? I mean, Bailey is still injured, and we don't have any other left-footed wingers in the squad. Right? But honestly, I'm looking at the roster here, and I mean, Lamar Walker has already played an integral role in it. I mean, he even started one game, right? Looking forward to see Busy Atkinson, how well he copes at this particular level. Can Akosa Chang make it? I don't I'm looking at the squad, and so my whole thing is, right, the emphasis really seems to be on wanting to see new players, as what coach said, right? Does this friendly make sense then? Like, I have to ask the question, does this friendly really make sense? Because in all seriousness, how many of these players stand a realistic chance of making it? In my humble opinion, not many, if any at all, and not many is being kind. So there were some players that were left out that, some of them, reasonable excuses were made for their exclusion, but On the flip side to that, I don't think the main objective should have been to see young players. I don't think the main objective should be to see young players. It's only two players. It's only two players. I think this friendly should have been used to give them a chance to showcase what they can do. And that is Kahim Paris and Joey Desert. Especially Joey Desert. Especially, yo, me no know where Joey Desert do JFF. Honestly. Me no know where Joey Desert do JFF. I hope them not catch COVID. High rates in Peru. Yeah, I mean, we certainly don't wish the players any ill will. We want them to be healthy. So hopefully they can adhere to the protocol, and that would be good enough to keep them safe. Hopefully. But I honestly, I don't know, man. I think it's a sin. I honestly think it's a sin that Joey Desert is not in this squad. Especially in a position where we desperately need reinforcements. Right? Joey Desert should have been a player that received a call up. Is it a case that he's receiving the call up and turning it down? What is the case? Does Paul Hall know about Joey Desert? Right? Because sometimes I think, especially for a new gaffer like Paul Hall, I think everybody who's supposed to depend on him radar. I think as time goes on, he will learn more names and stuff like that. But I was very, very disappointed when I saw the squad and Joey Desert was not in it. Former national youth representative, plays his football for Orlando City in the MLS. He's not a starter at Orlando City, yes, but I do believe that the player is a MLS starting quality player. I think that he's just unfortunate to be down the pecking order. In terms of the two pivots that Orlando City uses, Ursa and Mendes are very good players. Two of the best pivot players in the MLS. They are very good players. So to get in ahead of those two, because he would have gone to Orlando City, and seen those two players, there. It's not like he was there and then they came after, or those were the two established pivots at Orlando City, and he went there and he saw them. So to replace one of those players is going to be very, very difficult for him. But I think Mendes was out with injury for a good while. Mendes missed a lot of games last season with injury, and Joey Desert took his place, and Joey Desert played well. Earned even praise from you're watching some of the games, and the commentators were lauding him and lauding his performances, right? And I think he's at the very least an MLS starting quality CDM. He just needs to make a move and find a home where he can start. But I think he's a starting MLS CDM, and again, I was very, very disappointed when I didn't see him in the initial in the squad. Disappointed not to see Kahim Paris as well. I really, really was looking forward to see what Kahim Paris would do. When I heard that he was not gonna be in it, I was very, very disappointed. Right? This is a player who, I've seen him in Slovenia, and the player is doing well, and he is an important player for a team that I think, are they in second place now? But for a long time they were in first place and they were leading the table. D. Madre, Big up, man. High rates in Peru, but still get fans while JA skipping. Yeah, yeah. I saw Damian Lowe made a tweet. It was, just basically begging and urging, begging and urging, you know, if it's even 1,000 fans. Give me a sec, guys. 1 second. Yeah, man. Sorry about that, guys. An important call I had to take it. But yeah, so yeah, and Damian Lowe made that tweet and was basically begging if it's even 1,000 fans in the stadium, and it's really baffling. The crazy thing about it is, if this team does qualify to the World Cup, the government officials, man, will be the first to be getting up to try and claim the success of the team, right? As they're doing, or them playing a major role in the success of the team, They will be the first to raise them on and say, yeah, man, right? Me, the X, Y, and Z, and trying to get political mileage off the qualification of the team. And it's very sad. It's mind blowing. It shows that like, I can't understand how they don't see the benefits of Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup, right? The economic benefit, right, that is attached to Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup, what it can do for the country. You see, the thing is, they don't. I wonder if they even know how to exploit that sort of an opportunity. And because they don't have the knowledge, they might not have the knowledge as to how to exploit that sort of an opportunity. They can't foresee the possible impact, right? That Jamaica qualifying for the World Cup could have on the nation and a whole. And I don't mean to get political. I'm neither pound or show. Never voted a day in my life. Never planned to. But I just have to. I'm just being real and objective with what I see and how I see things. So disappointed Desert was not in the squad originally. Disappointed that Kahim Paris, has, you know, why horse racing still going on with people and a World Cup qualifying campaign can't get the love. Yeah, man, say horse racing is a sport for the ruling class, man. You know that go already, man. A bourgeoisie sport that in a demo. You know about bourgeoisie? if you did what a subject the name again? Oh God. What a subject that we did do in a sixth form name again, man. It lose me right now, but if you did that, you know this. If you did it, you know what I'm talking about. When I'm talk about bourgeoisie and proletariat, yeah, man, a ruling class sport that, man. So that will always get the love. Yeah, and again disappointed that Paris will not be able to strut his stuff in this match. I am I am looking forward, and I think many of us are really looking forward. Who that T got from DTM? Yeah, man, big up, boss, big up. Sociology. So why I couldn't forget that? Why I couldn't remember the name of the subject, man? Sociology. That's the subject. Sociology. Yeah, man. Big up Neo, big up Neo, big up, big up. YouTube's resident attorney at law. Yeah, man, doing sociology. T-Got from the big channel, Sports DTM. Big up T-Got. Who this? We have a panelist coming on. But a long time I see Kuan. Kuan, you still alive, boss?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Been a while now since I haven't been on here. So I just saw you and I just decided to join.
Yeah, man. It's been quite a long time, man.
It's quite
Quite a
some
long
time,
time.
man. I don't come on here, man. But you don't know it's a match coming up, so I have to just come and give my input on what I believe gonna happen and our overall views of how I see things going on right now.
Yeah, man. Cool. I was just saying that, one of the things that I think many people are eagerly anticipating later on tonight is the performance of Dwayne Busy Atkinson from Cavaliers. He's a player that I think many of us are really looking forward to see. What do you think about the upcoming game tonight, Kuan?
Well, my expectation, I don't have a. I'm looking forward to see they put up a really good performance. But in terms of the selection, I don't see why so many players from the previous squad being selected right now, because when you look at it, Paul Hall said he want to use this match to see players he hasn't seen before. So if it is that the way if it's that his way I don't see why so many players involved like Kemar Lawrence and Loan, Javane Brown, Haka, Devon Williams. It should be a case where it's a squad of all new players because it's a friendly. You should see players that have never been involved in the previous squad. No players involved in the previous squad should have been in this squad, because if you want to see new players, this gonna certain position, especially CDMs and right backs where Jamaica needed most. You don't wanna see Haka, Devon Williams and those players. You need to see some new players and what they can offer. I don't I don't see why he bring back those players or those players being selected. I just don't see the sense. It should be a squad to, if it's a squad to select, you don't wanna see no old players. You want to see only new players. So I don't know. It just backward to me.
Honestly, Kuan, I've up to this day, I've not heard anybody say that in terms of after the selection of the squad was made, I have not heard anybody say that, one of at the very least, one of the objectives is to keep certain players match fit and match sharp. All they have been saying is that this is an opportunity to see young blood, to see fresh blood.
Yes, but if it's an opportunity to see young blood, fresh blood, why Haka in it? And it's a friendly. This match is a friendly. It's not even a FIFA date. You keep picking Haka, Kemar Lawrence. Every squad name, Kemar Lawrence name has to be involved. We need to see a different left back outside of England, because over the past years, it's just Kemar Lawrence and someone from England, like a English-based players. I don't want to see that. I want to see a next Jamaican. I don't have any problem against the English-based, because I know they are very good. But I want to see a next left back, which is locally bred, developed. Not necessarily he has to be playing in the country right now, but I need to see a next Jamaican and what he can offer at that position, different from Kemar Lawrence. Because the narrative right now is that everybody see Kemar Lawrence as a god in that position. And I want to see a next person given an opportunity at different locally players and see how well he will be fit in that position and do.
You think so,
It
though,
just can't
Q1?
be the case where it just Kemar Lawrence, Kemar Lawrence, Kemar. We want to see a next person
But
given a next opportunity, because this squad is mostly locally bred. develop players.
Mm.
You don't have any English-based player. So why not giving someone else an opportunity to come and showcase their skill? And
I don't think
it
I think
can't be the
the one
case.
left back in the squad doing if I'm not mistaken, you know.
Yes, it's only one. So how can
Yeah.
you go to a match with one left back? One left back. What happened if Kemar Lawrence get injured?
So,
Even
so,
in
so wait, so wait though, Q1. A lot of people are very excited about Greg Lee, you know. So I don't think people see Lawrence as the god in the position anymore. You know, me
no,
personally,
no,
I think the best left back right now available to us is Luton Town left back. What name again? Bell, Amari Bell. I think he's
no, no.
available
What
to us.
I'm saying, don't get me confused,
Mm,
Amari Bell and Greg Lee, I
mm,
don't have any problem, and Greg Lee to me is the standout and have to be there. But what
mm,
I'm saying is that if this is a squad to look at some young bloods,
mm.
why Kemar Lawrence on every match from last year Gold Cup through World Cup qualifiers coming up, Kemar Lawrence involved? Why not giving a next young person in this match and see how well they will do in that position?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it from the
We
standpoint of
are
commitment
remember,
because
we
Lawrence
already know
always
what
did.
Amari Bell and Greg Lee can bring, We see Kemar Lawrence over the years, so we want to see a next locally players and see how well he can fit in that position. Every time a squad name Kemar Lawrence, and look at it this way, if a next left back is unavailable from England, they don't call up a next left back. They go to the tournament or that match short of one player. So I just can't see it. I just can't see it. And if you can name me a squad where a next locally bred player get an opportunity or name into a squad which have been selected, you can show me. Because I haven't seen. It's Kemar Lawrence and someone from England.
See, AJ Buckley here saying that Ricardo Thomas and Waterhouse is in the squad as well. He wasn't in the initial squad though, AJ.
I never heard of his name mentioned.
He wasn't at because there have been some replacements, you know. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of confused as to what the squad is right now, to be honest with you, you know. But
Because
yeah, man, suppose Thomas is a late addition. There you go. There you go.
quite a few players are missing. It was like about 5, 6 of them out of the squad that was released.
Big up, Eagle. No, I agree with you though, Kwan, from the perspective that the aims and objectives of this friendly is a little bit confused, and it don't really make sense, and it doesn't add up. It
Yes.
really doesn't, and I agree with
Well,
you.
Haka.
I've been saying it for quite a while. It really and truly don't make sense, to be honest with you. I think the main aim, I think the main aim of the friendly is foolishness. To be honest with you, I don't think that right now is the time to be giving young players a chance, especially to be fair. Look, I don't mean for be offensive to the youths them, and my happy so them I get them chance, my happy so them I get them blind. But in the same, you know, the only one that really stood a realistic chance of making the World Cup qualifying a World Cup qualifying squad was Kahim Paris. The rest of them realistically don't stand a chance, given what we have seen JPL players do on the international level, right, in recent years. In my humble opinion, most of them don't stand a chance. So the friendly, the better aim and the better objective of the friendly, or the more common sense aim and objective of the friendly, should have been to give key players who are currently out of season a chance to keep and to maintain match sharpness and match fitness.
I have to agree with you, you know. You know, I have to agree with you because if you are going into a World Cup qualifying window shortly from now, this squad should be mainly solely on players that gonna be involved to see how well the peak they are at this moment and get them match fit and ready and get across some chemistry and tactical plan and what you're gonna bring in that World Cup qualifiers matches. So I don't see where this match you have a friendly match. Look at even Panama match against Peru. Panama use most of their players that gonna involve in the next window to see how well they will do on the peak they're at and match fitness and sharpness, and you can't really having important match ahead and you choosing players to see, and then maybe out of this squad you only have 5, 6 players selected. So it's just madness. You need to get the players together and get them playing together in this match. So Mexico match come, you know what the plan will be.
But you know, Q1, before we got the friendly, before we got the friendly, Marlon, I agree, but I'm gonna address this point in shortly. But before we got the friendly, Q1, the talk was that we need a friendly to keep the players out of who are gonna be out of season match sharp. And then when we get the friendly, it's like the narrative just completely changed. And my thing is, there is no mention of blending of objectives, in terms of there's no mention in any of the interviews from Paul or even members of the JFF hierarchy that this friendly is going to serve a double purpose in terms of, yes, we're going to bust some youths, but we're also going to keep some players sharp, right? The only thing that members of the hierarchy and the coach has been talking about is we want to give the youths them a bus. We want to see who can impress and who can give the youths chance to showcase themselves on this international level. That's the only thing that members of the hierarchy and the coach has been talking about. And I don't remember which hierarchy member it was that said that some of the players who were excluded, like Alvas, like O'Neal, like Blake, they were excluded because they wanted to give the youth them a bus.
All right, look at it this
But,
way.
but then Q1, you see the likes of low hacker in the squad. It don't make sense.
You know, make no sense. You should use all 23 new faces. It should be all 23 new faces because the first narrative was that this friendly match was to prepare the youngster for the next World Cup qualifying campaign for the future 2026.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard from Paula now, he's saying that it is to see new players who are hungry and if they can bust into the World Cup qualifiers squad.
Mm-hmm.
And our next story was that is to give Bill new young players and get them prepare, and it was just a whole halaballoon. I don't know. It just mixed up. I just
Yeah.
the JFF just incompetent. I don't know, but you really knew we they have if Jamaica football should be better, all of them need to replace. Just erase all of them out of the cabinet.
After the cabinet.
Yeah, man, it's a cabinet, so you just erase all of them from it.
you know?
Because it's politics, I just seen politics as it's no different. It's not a federation. To me, it's just a politics cabinet where this one know a person and he's giving his friend a try, and because this person affiliated with this club, he's looking out for his players, and Because when you look at it, Jamaica team mostly based on the corporate area players. What about the Western, the Central, the Eastern? What about those young players that are hungry and need to get a look in?
But you know, Q1, I think that friendlies for Jamaica, unfortunately, a lot. By the way, guys, smash the like button, guys. Free and easy way to support. I think that friendlies for Jamaica, unfortunately, is mainly for the purpose of making the federation money. Because honestly, it's been the longest while since I've seen a friendly where, you know, just the way how the friendly was put together, you could see sensible aims and objectives of what, you know, they wanted to achieve from the friendly. To be honest with you, a lot of the times the friendlies that we play, especially in recent times, it don't make no sense, right? It just the whole makeup of the friendly game, right? Or the preparation leading up to the friendly game. It just indicates it's just all over the place, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
mean, it just don't make sense a lot of the times. I think the main purpose is just to make the federation money. A
all
lot of
right.
the times.
Look at it.
One second, Kuan. 1 second, Kuan. Militant youth. We're talking about specifically players that are playing for clubs in leagues that are out of season. So we're not talking about the Liam Moores and the Ethan Pinnocks. We're talking about the Blair Turgots and the Andre Blakes and the Speedy and Javian Brown, those type of players. Even though I did hear the explanation as to why Turgot was not roped in as well. Go through, Kwan.
All right. Over the years, when Jamaica having friendly matches, you know that most of those players involved in those friendly matches never be a part of the squad when it come to important matches like the Gold Cup or World Cup qualifiers. They always use some local players and mix with one and two overseas. And then when it get to the real thing, you see a whole new squad again. People looking for players here, there, and everywhere. So why not using the friendly match to get your squad together and see where players lack in certain positions so you can know where you're at. Jamaica talking about qualifying, they still have hope. Jamaica don't have any hope of going to any World Cup because they still do have a base. They're still searching for players. They still lack certain tactical awareness. They don't have any vision. They lack so many things that they fall short. And you cannot fall short and searching for players. You don't know where you stand. And you still have hope. Hope of making what? Hope of making what? Even though they cannot tell me give me a consistent 23-man squad or near me half of the squad that will make the next window. You're still searching. Jamaica, I don't know why Jamaica have so many
I don't think
talent
it's that
around.
bad though, Kwan. I don't think it's to be. I understand the point, but I don't think it's that bad. But I understand the point. I understand the point. I get the point you're making, but I don't think it's that bad. Horace Brown, I would love for you to click the link and come onto the platform and explain to us how we're talking rubbish. I think Horace disagrees with the point about the lack of aims and objectives for like the friendlies don't make any sense. I think that's what he disagrees with. You know, I don't a lot of the friendly games, honestly, I don't think they make sense. I'll give you a
Well,
perfect example. A perfect example. I remember the friendly where we went to Austria to play the United States of America, right? Where it was just we just run go England, go scrape up a bag of players. I mean, we barely put together a squad and went down to Austria to play that game, right? Now tell me, what purpose did that game serve? What purpose did that game serve?
Because that match should have just cancelled from the first beginning. You it should have cancelled from the very beginning. The federation entangled with the players about money and those stuff.
They couldn't
It
cancel it
should
to be
have just
fair, Dwayne.
cancelled.
They couldn't cancel it to be fair, but that's just my opinion. A lot of the friendly games that the Reggae Boys play, I don't see the sense in it apart from making the federation money. That's just my personal opinion.
Because most of the time, even when you look at Schaefer time, you remember the match against France where he just creep up a lot of English base who don't know where those players come from, and they went to Paris or Montpellier and get 8-0 from France. You remember?
Yeah, I remember that
It's
game.
not. It's not no on this thing going on.
I think the reason why we got such a drubbing in that game, doing, I think we had played like 4 games in a matter of days, and I think that it by the fourth game against the French, you could see the players were a bit leggy. Tigat, you think them give up? I don't think them give up. But I understand the point still. But yeah, but to be fair though, with that drubbing that we got from France, with Schaefer, I think the players were, you could see in the game that the players were leggy. Because we had played like 4 games in like couple days, and the players, I think at that point in time, were a bit burnt out.
But remember, in that period of time, every game is a different set of player calls up. It was a multitude. It was a multitude of player using that in those chi window.
To be fair, those core players in UK are not available for this friendly. However, the absence of players like Paris, Turgot, and others on the verge of stepping up in their careers is disappointing. We're speaking specifically about, one, the narrative coming from the federation and the coach about the game being used specifically for the purpose of bossing the youths, and also there are some player absentees, so to speak. Some of them understandable, like Flemmer. Flemmer is understandable. He just made a move to Toulouse. Turgot, I heard, I don't know if this is the reason why, but from what I heard, and to be fair, I did hear it from a credible person. So common sense, well, not common sense, but given who I heard it from, I'm inclined to believe that it is so. And given the context of Turgot's scenario as well, I'm inclined to believe that that is the reason he's not a part of it. But it's just mainly the narrative from the federation, though.
No, I wasn't expecting any European based players to be a part of the squad because it's not
Turgot,
a
Turgot,
FIFA window.
yeah, but Turgot plays in Scandinavia, Scandinavia league run a little bit differently, They're out of season right now.
But what if he didn't get a call?
From what I understand is because he is currently trying to sort out a new club situation. That is why, from what I heard, that is why he was left out. Or that is
But,
why he was not in it.
but if it's a case to see new players, you don't want to see Turgot in it. You need to see
Exactly.
new players. So I just got it. Just one mouth said this and the next mouth said that, and they are just I don't know. It's just messy.
Paul Hall needs to approach the next 3 games 1 game at a time. Agreed. Agreed, man. Agreed. Boy, if Paul Hall pulls this off, he'd be the Black Pep Guardiola. If Paul Hall get you out of this a scenario where we're in a right now and bring a go World Cup, honestly, man. Formula, I'm disappointed with you. You're saying that you don't understand the reason for this game. No, I don't, Aris. Honestly, I don't. No, no. Let me rephrase. I'm not saying I don't. All right, let me make it clear as to what I'm saying, right? What I am saying, Horace, is that the aim and objective of this particular friendly, the main aim and objective, which is for bust the youths them, that does not make sense to me right now. That should not be the main aim and objective of that part of this particular friendly. That's what I'm saying. So it's not that I don't understand the reason for it. I understand the reason that they're putting forward as to why we're having this friendly right now. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't seem to be the smartest thing. We have players that are, this game should have been used to keep a number of the, especially the US based players that are out of season, who are form a main part of our team. The main objective of this friendly was supposed to keep them match fit and match sharp. And then, you know what we have to look at as well to Q1? Is it a case? How is the starting lineup? What is the starting 11 going to look like? Are we going to see the likes of a Speedy Williams start? Or are we going to see the likes of a Tevin Shaw or a Kevin? No, I think Kevin Lambert is out now.
Ramon Howell is what? CDM?
Ramon Howell, I think, is a fullback. Isn't he a fullback?
I
No,
think he plays.
lie. No. Ramon Howell, may I mix him up with the other Howell? What is
I
wrong,
think
guys?
he's a midfielder.
I think he's a midfielder. Midfielder, I think he is.
But
a midfielder.
And again,
hold on, Q1, 1 second. Let me explain. I don't think people understanding what I'm saying. All right. But the majority of the North American players are there. Yes, that is true. But what I'm saying is that the objective being put for what the federation and also the coach is saying, guys, is that the main objective is for bust the youths then, right? Are we going to see? No, that don't make no sense to me, 1. And 2, is it a case where we're going to see a Tevin Shaw, or is it a case where we're going to see a Speedy and a Hacker? The starting lineup is very important, you know. If the main aim and objective of this friendly is for bust the youths them, common sense would tell me that the likes of a Taxi Lawrence, the likes of a Speedy Williams are not going to start. And if they do start, what they're saying is the main aim and objective don't make no sense then. It is confusing. That's what Q1 and I are saying. That's what Q1 and I are saying. If the main aim is indeed for bust the youths them, right, we shouldn't be expecting to see the likes of a Taxi start. So that's all we are saying. It not adding up. And if we do see the likes of a Taxi start, then how can you say the main aim is to bust the youths them? It just don't make no sense. And not only are they saying the main aim is to bust the youths them, you know, they have not made any mention about keeping core players match sharp. The only rhetoric coming from the federation and the coach is busting the youths. That is the only thing they have said. They have not said anything about keeping players like Low and Taxi match sharp. So that's why we're saying it just not adding up. So I hope you guys understand, you know, the position that Q1 and I are taking. I know RS probably still disappointed, but hey.
All right.
You get what I'm saying though, Q1?
Yes, I understood. All right, look at it again. What if this squad go down to Peru and give a stellar performance? They outplay Peru by 70% possession, having 70% possession of the ball and winning 4-0. What they're gonna do? Remove all these players and bring in a new players for the next window? Or what
But
if it's
Q1,
a
that
case
not gonna
where
happen, Q1. We know
all
that.
right, what if it's they match up to Peru 50-50 and
Yeah.
winning by 2-0?
Mm.
What they're gonna do? Just remove all of them and bring in new players again?
I mean, common sense would tell me that they would take out the ones who really impressed, right, and put them in the upcoming World Cup qualifying squad and remove some of the ones that were on the fringe, so to speak.
No, but I'm saying that what if everybody? Because if it's a case where everybody hungry and need the opportunity and everybody gone, I test can see where they perform excellent,
Yeah.
where you can't see where no one should be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
What they gonna do?
Well, I mean, Kwan, to be fair, Paul Hall did say that he wants this headache, Him say he want a selection headache, that him say. So if he indeed is up for having this headache, then I'm sure he would welcome that. If all the players ball and really, make him have a holy made when him a select the squad for the upcoming qualifiers.
But unlikely that will happen, still unlikely.
Yeah, I mean, my whole
Unlikely.
thing is that I saw somebody. Let me see if I can, because I did promise the person that I would address this particular comment. Let me see if I can find it. Talent is all over Jamaica. Marlon Walker said, talent is all over Jamaica. Search and you will find. We don't dispute that, Everybody and their mother knows a talent out there like Sandpalm Beach in a boss. We're not disputing that. The problem is the talent isn't properly developed. My thing, first of all, by the way, another player that should have been in this squad is Scarlett from Tampa Bay Rowdies. So if you have a squad with USL players, right, and a player who started on a team that went to the final of the USL, the only player we had from my recollection that played in the final of the USL is not in the squad.
He play forward, right?
No, man, Scarlett is a midfielder and also plays as a defender as well.
I don't, because you have nearly 100 Jamaican players in the USL,
Yeah, man, is a lot. We have
And
a whole league of players in the USL.
yes, and many have not given the opportunity. It's just only who they favor, who play for like Harborview, Portmore, and that, and make that transition to the USL. Those are the ones that given the opportunity. The one that leave high school and like went to college and maybe they got draft into the USL. Those one haven't been seen,
Fair point. A lot of them have not been seen. Cavaliers. Forget Cavaliers, boss.
This
You
thing here
call,
just
you call Harborview and Portmore, you not call Cavaliers. Me
yeah,
not
Cavalier is one. Yes, all those club, and it need to stop now. It need to stop because the Jamaican football not gonna be better with this biasness. Because people keep calling for even Jaden White. Jaden White doesn't impress me, He
Boy,
doesn't impress me, to be honest.
Jaden White for the longest time has been showing potential, but honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed in his progression, to be honest with you, because I thought he would be better by now.
Because I see where some goals scoring him in the JPL, some goals where he made those goals seems to be more than how it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
goal, I don't know, but because he's getting too many hype surround this player, and it's not gonna better
I
his
was
position
very
going forward.
I was very impressed with Jaden White in schoolboy football at Stats. Because I
But
Stats he used to play for them I
yes,
mean in
yes,
Manning. I was
yes.
very impressed with him. I mean, he was undoubtedly the best keeper in Manning Cup.
But they
But
hype him up, and maybe that hype get to him.
I don't think so. I don't. To be fair
No,
to
he get a
JD
lot of
White,
hype.
no. To be
He get
fair
a
to him,
lot
though,
of hype where they should just try to mold this player
but
and to get him better.
Kuan. To be fair to JD White, though, I don't know the player personally, But from what I've seen of him in the public light, him seem to be a humble youth and a youth with him head screwed on him shoulders.
I'm not talking about that. Whenever time Jamaicans see an upcoming talent, they
Mm-hmm.
start to overhype this player. And sometimes that get to the head and make their performance weaken. Sometimes they weaken the player by doing those things.
In terms of the player not putting out his best
Because
to
sometimes they
improve
lack,
himself.
yes, they lack in certain areas of their
Mm-hmm.
I would say their status or their development need to improve certain areas, and they may be weak in certain areas that need to look on, and that they might oversee it just by those hype. So they sometimes they don't do well. Do
They
well
don't put
afterwards.
in the necessary work to really improve themselves, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Um, uh, I definitely agree about the hyping the young talents part. I think that our young players are made to feel as though they are better than they actually are, because while in the Jamaican context, they might be the top players in their respective age group. When you put them up against the best talents in other leagues across the world or in other jurisdictions across the world, a lot of them don't measure up, right? We're talking about players who are starting in top 5 leagues or top 10, top 15 leagues in the world, or even starting in their respective first division in their respective country, which might be a decent league, and starting in those leagues at 16, 17, while 18-year-old, 19-year-old are dog up with schoolboy football league and are made to feel as though they are top players. So I definitely agree with that. One of the things that I wanted to say though is that I hope that the JPL players can impress. I'm really, really looking forward to see what Busy Atkinson is gonna do, because we talk about this being the new dawn, right? Or the dawn of a new JPL, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
The JPL are what it was, like Red Stripe Premier League before that and had other names before that. It was a league where the players that I saw emerge from our local league and playing in our national senior team, right? Them really and truly never met the international standard. Like when you see them in our national team, them not ready for international football. Just a simple thing like them fitness off. Just them fitness level alone, you can see it is not up to the standard that it should be, right? Them technical ability. I'm talking about the ones fresh out of the JPL, I'm not talking about the ones that go like foreign, go improve themselves and then, get, feature in the national team. I talk about those were fresh out of the league, where when them come off of international duty, them going back to the JPL, right? The last, I don't know if you have a different view on this, Q1, but the last JPL player that I saw, fresh out of a local league, who was placed in international football and held his own, was Kemar Taximan Lawrence when Schaefer gave him bus.
Yes, everybody.
Honestly.
No one can dispute on that. Yes, he made that one when he went on to get his first cap. He was really doing well. He was playing like he was really get some exposure overseas already,
Already, yeah.
because he was doing well. He was very standout. I can't dispute on that. He
Haka,
was in a stellar time in that time.
Yeah, man, at the time he was at Harborview, and honestly, man, he is the last player I can think of off the top of my head right now, fresh out of the JPL, that held his own at the international level. Me not see no other player out of the so if we are saying if the JPL is being marketed now as the dawn of a new era in the JPL, right? This is the first international game that has been played since the league has been rebranded. Let us, and the more emphasis on young players coming through and developing young players, etc. Let us see if these young players are good enough to let us see if it's really the dawn of a new era. Let us see if these young players that they are developing now coming through the ranks, like the Campbell, at Mount Pleasant, and like Busy at Cavaliers. Let us see if them can hold them on at the international level, and it is indeed at the dawn of a new era.
But I heard they're talking about Busy Atkinson, Okwasa, Chung, Devon. None of these players already, to my eye, based on what my eyes is seeing, None of them, they're just hyping up those players. None of them ready.
To be fair, I don't know.
First of all, they don't have that muscle mass and strength to stand up with these international players.
Fair. That's a solid point. Can't argue with that.
You need the muscle mass and strength. They're gonna get man over easily and push off the ball easily. That's what killing most of our players. They are weak.
I can't argue with that point. That's a solid point. I can't argue with that.
Some of them have the talent, but the talent sometimes is not good enough. You have to have the strength so you can showcase your talent, because you need to can hold off player and monitor your ball. You have to can monitor your football.
But Kuan, you know things I've seen a bit of Devante Campbell. Seems a decent player. Right, but you know, especially Busy, I mean, he needs to get the hell up out of the JPL quick and fast,
Because he has an eye for goals,
I think
he has an eye for goals. He has an eye for goals. I'm not saying he's not.
Got you.
I'm not saying that he's not talent. He doesn't have any talent, or he's not that talented, but that talent need to mold. He need to get into a better settings where some real coach and good coach can really get him up to that standard. Because
he can make an impact tonight.
He have some skill set, and you see, if he get the opportunity, I think he can do good enough, but his physiques is not there. And those South American players are really robust.
True.
They're really robust.
Yeah.
So his physiques is not there. So I don't really expect that much from him. And into those environment, high altitude, it's gonna play a part again.
Peru has high altitude?
Yes, that's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. I know about Bolivia, but it surprised me when I heard they mention Peru.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's news to me. But I think especially match fitness as well. If the JPL players start, even if they have the technical ability to cope, I think they are not used to the pace of play at that particular level. And I think eventually their match fitness or the lack thereof will show itself up.
Yes, and these players again too, in their development, the coaches in Jamaica don't tend to teach them to play a fast ball game, a quick ball game. They are too slow.
But
they are very slow to the international standard. The whole league overall.
They don't have the technical ability to play that quicker pace ball game.
These players are slow. Sometimes they are running, and you just see when they match up against the overseas player, the players just jog against them, just jog, and win the ball so easily. Sometimes you would wonder if these players are reversing. They need to play quicker. This Central America team, that's why Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, Mexico beat Jamaica most time, because when it come to the South American alongside the Central American teams, they play quick ball game. The Spanish play quick ball game. They are very quick. So Jamaica need to
They move the ball
transition.
pretty quickly. The South
Brazil is the
Americans move
only
the
team
ball
that
pretty
plays slow ball game in South America, Brazil.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
only
yeah.
team that plays slow ball game and excel.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. The South Americans and the Central Americans are known for that. Let me bring in Rope in the comment section a bit. I've been ignoring them for a little while. Not deliberately, but you know it goes sometimes. Haka Watson is slowly becoming that cheap teeth girl who met at the dance one late night and you let her stay the night. No, no, she just won't leave. Oh God, people, me talk it before now. Haka, me rate Prime Haka, but me can't wrap my head around why this version of Haka keep on in our side. In the World Cup qualifiers, I think the player has been poor, man. Honestly, Prime Haka, I'm a baller, but that version of Haka right now, man, need for enjoy retirement, man. Honestly, man.
Haka not getting any game at Humbleyan, you know. Haka not getting any game. He's on the
Did
bench.
he, did
So
he
what?
in
How
bench
does
in the opening game? I never watched something the opening game. Humbleland opening game in bench. Them
no?
never
He,
did that
he
job
was
in.
not a part of it because he was away with the
Oh,
team.
away with the team.
I'm
Oh, yes,
talking
yes,
about
yes.
the past,
Oh,
the past season. He wasn't. He was on the bench.
him did play some games for them though.
Yes, but he was on the bench. So how can you use in a 38 years old man
My thing is, I think
over
that
players who are starting in the same league, and you have him in as a central figure and a standout figure for the national team
I
at
think that
38 years old?
I think that Haka is very good where building our vibes is concerned. And if that is the case, if he does indeed is the pillar of unity within the team, fine. But my thing is, don't have him as a starter and don't even have him as immediate coverage for the CDM and centre back position. You know, if you want to pick a 23, 24 man squad, and you bring Haka as the 24th or 25th man, right, as a third choice CDM, third choice centre back, you know, with the main purpose of building our vibes and building unity. Honestly, me not gonna knock that. But don't make him be with starting CDM or centre back or even with second choice CDM or centre back.
He
Honestly,
should,
man,
he
Paul,
should not be in the 23. Anything apart from the 23, because 23 is what stand out. So if it's a 24, 25, 26, 27, put him down there. But Haka need to go, man. He need to go.
all right. Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button. Paul Hall is saying he want to look at some players. Yeah, I get that, but I just don't think if these were players that realistically stood a chance of making it, fine. But me not see how Akwasa Changa gonna fit into the picture for the World Cup qualifiers. I'm sorry. Um. Paul Hall broke down the purpose of the game, saying it ranged from match sharpness, competition for spots on the team, and taking a look at the youths. Don't listen to JFF spokespersons. But Neo, I watched Paul Hall's interviews. I don't recall him saying anything about match sharpness. I remember him saying about competition for spots on the team and taking a look at youths, but I'm sorry. Me personally, me never hear the match sharpness part.
No more sharpness was mentioned.
Me never hear that name. And I listen, me no know. Probably him did do another interview and I missed that interview there, but I never heard anything about match sharpness. Because of COVID injuries, etc., we need to see some of these players so that they can add to the pool, especially when players having personal reasons why them can't play. All right, my thing is, we're talking about adding to the pool, right? And adding to the pool and basically, looking at the next set of players in line, so to speak, right? Why was there no Nico Brett, for instance? No Jordan Scarlett. There are a couple of players, that are next in line, right, that were left out. Right? How Akosa Chang make it over Nico Brett? Right? In all seriousness, Akosa Chang don't stand a chance of featuring, in my humble opinion. I hope the youth prove me wrong, The youth could have very well step out there and ball, But it's not foreseen that he will do that. So how him get the run out over a Nico Brett were just done tear up USL? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Nico Brett has a far more realistic chance of making a World Cup squad over even the likes of a Javon East. Look at East. East is currently out of season right now, right? He was playing on him. He was, a part of, if memory serves me right, every single World Cup squad, every single round, and came as a sub in some of those games. Where is East? East is currently out of season. Where is East? Right? And he is supposed to be one of the players that is in the mix. Where is he? Isn't that a player that would want to keep match sharp? And I always say this about East, and people ready for line up the back of them, I don't think East is that bad of a player, I just think I think the problem with East is that his finishing for Jamaica has been extremely poor. But overall, his performances in terms of the run of play, I know Naga buckle me, but I don't think he's that bad of a player as people make him out to be. I think, barring the finishing, from a technical standpoint, he's a pretty decent player. If he was just better at finishing for his country, I think he would be a very good player for us, to be honest. I know a lot of you will line up the buckles for me saying that. Rob Smith said every country hype their young talents though. How many English wonder kids are working at supermarkets right now? But I understand your point. Exaggerated a little bit, Rob Smith. But I understand your
I
point.
think I can add a little to it. I
Got
think, all right, when he mentioned about every country hype their young talent, how many of the English wonder kids are working at supermarket right now? The one that get those hype are the one that performing like maybe 18, 17, 19 at a higher level. They are getting 1 and 2 games at their clubs like Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, and so. So you can't use that to compare with us Jamaican, because many of our young talent who are getting hypes are players who are not ready and who are in schoolboy football, and you cannot use schoolboy football to players to compare with those players who are getting the hype at Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool. So it's a huge gap there.
Agreed.
And many of those who does not make it in England, who are working in the supermarket, still better than most of our talented players who we assume are talented.
But Kuan, I think that's a little exaggeration though. English wonder kids working at supermarket, them probably playing in the lower divisions like the championship
No.
and the
The
third
wonder
division.
kids, are one who grew up and never make it. The wonder kids, maybe he's talking about some 16, 15 years old who was at academy.
Yeah, but those
they
wonder
didn't make
kids,
it.
though, those
But maybe
wonder
not
kids,
working at, maybe he's just
no, them probably Kuan, them probably never make it big, But to say them working in supermarkets, the wonder kids, even the ones them will never matriculate to the level that people thought they would, At the very least, them a play championship or in the third tier,
Yes, many of them, but I
not
don't know about
working
the
in
supermarket.
supermarket.
Maybe you
Yeah,
have one or maybe maybe you have one and two who went to the supermarket who never really good, who never good none of all. None at all. So I don't know. I don't know.
I understand Rob Smith's point though, but
Yeah.
and yes, to be fair, every country does hype their young talents, but I think the argument that Q1 is making that ours really and truly don't really deserve the hype.
Yes.
If you are
You,
balling in the U23s in England, you deserve the hype.
all right. Look at Cole Palmer for Manchester City. He's a wonder kid, he's very young. Cole Palmer, and look at the rate he's accelerating at right now. So those are the players need to get the hype. You
Is
cannot
he
compare.
eligible to play for Jamaica?
No, Cole Palmer no, he's a English.
Okay.
Yes, so he's saying like English players getting hype. So I'm just using this reference to say that
Mhm.
like Cole Palmer, those are the players who deserve the hype.
Yeah. And some of these a lot of the wonder kids, at 17, 18 are playing professional football. Because look at even the youth. We have a 17-year-old who is eligible to play for Jamaica at Reading. His name eludes me right now. Something J. Edwards. I think is his name if memory serves me right. I don't remember his first name, but if memory serves me right, his last name is Edwards. You guys know who I'm talking. Hit me in the comment section and remind me of the name of the player. He plays for Reading, centre forward, right? And a couple of weeks ago, he scored a double. He scored his first two professional goals for Reading in the English League Championship. He scored a double, a brace at 17 years old. So when you say that as your label, that's a wonder kid that deserve if he's getting hype, right? Him deserve the hype. Um, because he scored a brace at the championship level, and the championship is like a top 7, top 8 league in my humble estimation. Lack of consistent football and lack of development, especially technical part of the game. As heard football, look at Maggie, him can't get on the first team. One of the reasons why I think I don't think is the lack of technical ability why Maggie can't get in a first team at UPenn. I think when Tyree McGee got his run out in that game against Beershot, there was a particular play that he never tracked the run of a player. Right, and he allowed the player to get to the byline and put in a cross, and the player was his run to track. And I think when the coach see you as a substitute, come on, right, and you are play fun and games and you're not put in the necessary defensive work. Especially UPenn team seem to have a lot of runners in it, right? I think that's probably the main reason why Tyreek McGee can't go through. But I understand your point though, and yes, to be fair, Warren, generally speaking, you are correct. Alex Marshall up and running, say Alex Marshall, Morgan, and so on, they are all underdeveloped to the international standard. I agree. If a good Grenadian young player come to Jamaica, they look good as well because it's all amateur and the level is low. Okay. John Doe says, just running through some of the comments, John Doe says, I can't lie to you, Formula High School and program in Jamaica is real low. Watching games are hard. How do you judge a good player playing against no good competition? You just have to look at the ones that stand out in a John Doe. I hope and pray that those players get a move and can impress, at higher levels when they do get that move. Look at a Kaim Paris, for instance. Right? And you just have to hope that they can leave young as well. I think that's the key. The ones who impress, like Busy. Busy Atkinson was impressing in our JPL at the age of 17. Right? He's 19 going 20. What is he still doing in the JPL? He should have been out of here by now. This youth was balling in JPL from him at 17. And I know the COVID pandemic as well kind of put a dent in his ability to move as well. Paul is going off what the technical committee pick and give him. Warren, solid point. Can't disagree with that, boss. Can't disagree with that. It's not Paul pick the squad. Paul don't know those players. Paul said it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. True. Can't argue with that big deal. And if that's the case, which many of us believe it is, the technical committee needs to do better. They need to do better. Right? You know what we should do? We should look at what takes place in overseas jurisdictions and juxtapose that with what takes place in Jamaica. Are we following the international standard where player selection is concerned? Do other jurisdictions have a technical committee picking the pool and giving a pool of players to the national head coach? We need to look, I'm not saying that is or isn't the case, right? It's just something that we need to look at. By the way, I'm seeing that Kemar Taxi Lawrence to be released by Toronto FC. I forgot to look into that,
I think Kemar Lawrence, he stayed a bit too long in the MLS when he made that transition from Jamaica to the MLS. I think he should have made the European move immediately, like a years after. But he played too long. He played too long in the MLS, and that's what set him back. And when he made the transition to Europe, I think it was too late.
Mm-hmm.
It was too late because when he made that transition, he should be at his peak. Most players in Europe at their peak at that time. And he have to maybe go and adapt again, so it's gonna give him a setback. He played too long, too much MLS and USL contract right now.
He
And
never
that
played a
setting back.
USL, man.
No, I'm talking about overall USL and MLS contract.
Okay,
These
okay.
players who getting it. They get too much of those contract. It preventing them from making them reach their peak and the peak where they should be at.
I wonder.
think,
Got you.
I think if they look at like the Mexican League, Liga Mix, or South America, like Argentina, Brazil, if they may, it would be 100% better.
I wonder
They
why.
need to start to look at those leagues and leave out the MLS and USL.
I think well, I don't have an issue with the MLS. The only issue I have with the MLS is that I think people are backing me for the Javan East comment. But the only issue that I have with the MLS is that I think it's difficult to make a move out of the MLS because of how it is structured. I think the issue with Liga MX is that a lot of the players don't want to learn the language. The language barrier is an issue. The Spanish is an issue.
But
right?
if they're talking about Europe, or they want to go to Europe when it's the same thing, and most of the language they are harder than Spanish.
Fair point.
That's what killing us, Jamaican players just one thing easily. They don't willing to learn and adapt and try to diverse in different culture and awareness. They just dwelt in their like their upcoming culture and so on, don't willing to really adapt and make a change of life. They just think that things just gonna just happen overnight and they're gonna just be at that realm in a twinkling of an eye. They have to learn and want to diverse.
Yeah, man, finish up, go on.
Yes, they have to learn and want to diverse. So they have to really reach out. They are the one have to do it, no one cannot do it for them. They get the opportunity. They are the one have to go there.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. I think a lot of them too. That's why they don't. Even if they move away from the USL, they end up going back
Look at
because
Kemar Lawrence. He was in Belgium.
yeah,
Why he returned back to the MLS?
family reasons. It looked like the family never want to follow him to Belgium, and he was growing a bit. When you're far away from your family, you're alone, you kind of feel away. An update on Kemar Lawrence, guys. Um, so Michael Singh is saying that, and he is a writer at the MLS. Um, he is saying that. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Yo, me lose it. Crap. Basically, he's saying that it looks like he's Lawrence is gonna be on his way out of Toronto. Let me refind it. I lost it for a second there. Let me see. Okay, here we go. In other news, multiple sources, Toronto FC will be moving on. Per multiple sources, Toronto FC will be moving on from defender Kemar Lawrence after just one season. It is unclear at this time whether that will be via trade or transfer out of MLS. Sources can confirm that Kemar Lawrence is out at Toronto FC, Toronto FC freeing up an international roster spot. Right? Hearing Kemar Lawrence will be departing Toronto FC. He's currently under contract, so it's likely he's traded within the MLS. So Kemar Taximan Lawrence will not be getting a chance to overlap the incoming Lorenzo Insigne, right? That big baller that Toronto FC would have just purchased. I hope I mean, we'll continue to follow the story, right? And see where Kemar Lawrence ends up. Hopefully he finds himself in a good situation. That's the thing with the MLS, man. You can't. Today you could be a player for a club, and then tomorrow you're on your way out, and them just like you just wake up and hear say you have been traded and you're going somewhere else. Neo says he noted that some of the players would be out of season, signaling to me that he considered match sharpness. Nico Brett should be there too for sure. Yeah, man. Big deal and say he's not good. He's not forget pick. He's not forget pick full stop. Big deal and I think if East was better in front of goal, you would be you would have a different opinion of him because he would score a lot more. You have to live up to the hype. Sometimes it's a cap issue for taxi. Our technical committee don't even own products from U15 to our technical committee don't even know our own products from U15 to senior level. They need help tracking our talented players worldwide. Yep, fair point. Fair point. I wanted to kind of look at a starting lineup that we could predict, right, in terms of what we think might take place later on. But honestly, I don't even I don't even know if we can predict a starting lineup, to be honest with you. Honestly.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah, because I mean, when I look at the squad, by the way, I saw a starting lineup floating around on social media. Let me see if I can find it. think I saw a starting lineup floating around on social media. Let me see if I can find it.
Kevin Lambert is there.
No man, Lambert I think they said Lambert got a knock. I think they said Lambert got a knock. So
Cool.
he pulled out. He won't be featuring.
So at least around 7 players are pulled out overall. Because you have Kaim Paris,
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Miller, Alex Marshall, Lambert. You have an ex-player who got COVID with Lambert, Alex Marshall.
Couple of them pull out well, man. Couple of them pull out well. I see the starting. No, guys, I'm not saying this is gonna be the starting 11. I'm just saying that I see this floating around online. Amal Knight is the goalkeeper. Javian Brown, Richard King, Damian Lowe, and Ricardo Thomas as the back four. Devon Williams and Demar Rose in midfield. Peter Lee Vassell at the number 10 spot. Dwayne Busy Atkinson, Akosa Chang, and Jordan Fletcher as the front three. Now, guys, I am not saying I don't know if this is going to be the starting 11. I'm just saying that I see it floating around online. So I don't know. Let us see.
I would like to see the link up with Jordan Fletcher and Peter Lee Vassell because they play
Yeah,
from
Cornwall days.
U14. From
Yeah,
U14 to under
yeah,
16. Come
yeah.
right up. So I would like to see that link up and they understand each other. And when they link up, a lot of things can happen because that combination is the best combination I have ever seen in schoolboy
In
football.
schoolboy football,
Yeah.
boy, it was a real, it was a link up that used to cause a number of problems in schoolboy football. Vassell and Fletcher. It was a real threat in schoolboy football. They did some damage in schoolboy football. Is that if this is indeed the starting 11, which we don't know, but if it is indeed, it's a very young front three, a very young and inexperienced front three.
Dwayne Atkinson, Okwasa Chong and Dwayne Atkinson should not be on the field at the same time. 2 JPL winger, no. I
Akosa
think
Chang can play through the middle though, man.
no.
Yeah,
Yes,
man, he
but
can play out wide and through the middle too.
yes, but I wouldn't want to have 2 JPL player up front, giving them that responsibility to
I
start.
mean, yeah.
I would stagger it like if you start one, put on the next one second half.
But who else you gonna play? That
The
are the
Shane
thing now.
first.
Yeah, all right, yeah,
So he's
fair.
playing in the USL and
USL.
he assists and score a lot of goal recently. So I think he has
He's in form to the latter end of the USL season.
yes.
Fair.
Yeah. He has over 15 goal contribution somewhere thereabout as a winger. So I would just use him.
I mean, it's basically a JPL front three now because even though Jordan Fletcher made a move to Egypt, I don't think Fletcher has played in Egypt just yet, So
No, the league is on break, right?
the Egyptian league?
Yeah, I don't know if it start because it resumes it.
I think I heard it was on break, for the Afghan, I'm gonna look that up. But I don't think Fletcher has featured in Egypt just yet. So it's basically a JPL front three.
Yes.
What wrong with JPL? Fatal. If you were here earlier, we'd have explained that. Let us be real. The JPL players don't normally do well on the international stage. They don't. If we're being real. I'm not talking about the ones that leave JPL. I'm talking about the ones who are in the JPL. Right? You have those who leave and get experience and exposure and development elsewhere and feature in the national team. But I'm talking about those strictly who are straight out of JPL. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you share a different view. But I mean, I again, I, Kuan, you want us to do the starting lineup that we would want to see.
Yes, we can try that as well.
But I mean,
Because I don't think I would go at 4 at the back, you know. I would
you
more
do three
use
at the
a
back.
3, but I wouldn't use any wing backs.
You wouldn't use any wing backs or you wouldn't use any full backs.
Yeah, full back, same thing. So 3 at the back, I would just use like 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4.
3-2-3-4.
Yeah, 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. 3, 2, 3, 1, 3. Also, 3,
No
2.
man, yeah, mix it up, mix it up, Q1. That are more than 11 players on
No,
the field, boss.
3, 2, 3, 2, 3,
I mean
2.
3-2-3-2 in terms of a
Yeah,
3-5-2. That's what I mean, a
yeah,
3-5-2.
yeah.
So who would I use as the three centre backs?
I would use low in center.
Low as a sweeper.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would use Javen Brown and Kemar Lawrence.
Okay. Okay, interesting. So no Topia, no King.
No, I would introduce maybe based on how the game goes second half now. You can based if they get 2 goals and you can use a 4 now and introduce them second half. But I wouldn't start none of them.
By the way, I hear that Busy Atkinson is really impressing in training, you know. I hear Busy Atkinson is really impressing the gaffer in training. All right. So the midfielders now, the midfield five, who would be the two pivots?
At stadium,
Mm-hmm.
I would use Kevin Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
And they carry a Demaros. Demaros is the new one they add in for one of those
Yeah.
because I'm giving them a chance,
Edie
you
is
know, because
also there as well.
I'm giving them a chance. I want to give them a chance to see what they're gonna offer. Since as it is a match to see what they will offer.
All right. So who is the three in front of the double pivot now?
She in front of you gonna use Atkinson on the right.
Okay. What number
Atkinson.
10?
I'll go with Peter Lee Vassell and Deshane Bedford.
Okay. You read Peter Lee Vassali, don't you? And can remember we did have a discussion on this.
Yes, I see he's a very creative player, a good creative player. And he passed the ball well. I don't see any Jamaican youngster at that age really pass the ball so well and accurate. He created something out of nothing. But his laziness caused him to be where he at right now. Because based on a source I got, when he was at LA, he wasn't turning up for any training. Yes, he wasn't turning up when he should be at training.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. He didn't. He's not turning up and they release him. So I'd use Deshane Bedford on the left and
3-5-2. So you would use Busy Atkinson, Peter Lee Vassell, and Beckford. So who you have in that front two?
Lamar Walker and Jordan Fletcher.
Lamar Walker. So you wouldn't switch
All
around
right,
Beckford.
I could use Atkinson. I could use Atkinson and Jordan Fletcher and use Lamar Walker on the right because he can play wing also.
All right, cool, cool, cool. I don't have no issues with that.
I prefer use Dwayne Atkinson up front with Jordan Fletcher. So Atkinson would play a left forward and Jordan Fletcher on the right.
Okay,
Because one
cool.
is left foot and one is right foot, so they can cut in even if they and score.
Oh, you want
Because
an inverted kind of thing. Okay,
yes,
cool.
because Atkinson mostly play on the left when he's at Cavalier. So I don't want to see him at the right.
But that team there, I mean, you're not a wing back in that team there.
You don't have to have any wing back. You don't have to have any wing back, because I'm not using any
So you think that would,
center back.
but you think that would be wise against a team that will be stronger?
Because I'm using two defensive midfield. And
Oh, all right. I see your point. I see your point.
And I using Kemar Lawrence, who would use as a fullback, and Javane Brown. They are playing their position, but I'm only using one centre back.
So you have the back three kind of spread out.
Yes, I'm not using like the traditional.
All right. So that would be on the ball. That would be on the ball. What would you be? How would it look off the ball in terms of the CDMs would provide coverage out wide? Because I'm sure you'd want to keep things compact off the ball.
Yes, right. For
So
instance,
when them spread out on the ball, you'd want them to be compact off the ball. And what you do, have the two CDMs provide coverage in the wide areas, or have a CDM go out and provide coverage in a wide area that the player is coming down on.
Yes, so whenever time like Kemar Lawrence or Javane Brown go forward, you would use one of the CDM to cover. Because both would not be overlapping or attacking at the same time.
Hold
So
on, I don't
whenever
understand.
time,
Wait, go on. Hold on, slow down, go on. Is that three at the back thing you're using now? And both Kemar Lawrence
the
and
three at the back, not gonna play close. They're gonna play wide.
yeah, but that would be for on the ball. It wouldn't be wise to do that off the ball.
Off the ball you're talking about?
Yes, off the ball, may I talk about how it would look off the ball when the three centre backs, be compact.
Off the ball, the three centre back they can play closer, off the ball,
Yeah, then yes, man.
Step in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and Deshane Bedford and Lamar Walker would more go back a little.
So basically, but Deshane
Because
Bedford
you
and
would
Lamar
a
Walker
defensive
no wing back.
formation, it would reach a defensive formation when Peru attacking. So whenever time a team attacking, you have to get your team closer.
So what I'm saying is that the two CDMs is what you intend to use to provide coverage out on the flanks.
Yes, whenever time they attack,
all right.
overlapping take place.
Whenever Panama attack.
No, you don't need them to go wide again.
Go on, you kind of confuse me.
No, when Panama attacking, Deshane Bedford and Lamar Walker have to go back to help out.
But that's what I say now. Deshane Bedford and Lamar Walker are not wing backs.
It doesn't matter. You have to defend. You have to learn football nowadays. Everybody have to be able to defend.
All right,
because if I use Kemar Lawrence and Javane Brown at fullback, the team gonna too defensive heavy for me.
So you think that would be wise?
Heavy.
All right, go on. You think that would be wise to have a more attacking-minded team against a stronger opposition?
But I want to see an attacking ball game. I'm not a defensive-minded person.
All right.
Jamaica too defensive. I need to see them attack. It's an attacking ball game I want to see. And keep possession of the ball.
All right. I see what you're saying. So basically, you would have. I see your point. I don't agree, but I see your point. I see your point, but I don't agree. I think that could be potentially very dangerous. But
Cause if I should use a fullbacks, if I should use fullback, the team didn't select. This team in Peru didn't select to use a 3-5-2 because we lack defender, about 5 defender they use. They
yeah,
choose.
yeah, fair.
So it couldn't be that way.
But one of the formations though, is three formations we hear Paul Hall has been working with extensively, 4-3-3, working extensively in training. 4-3-3, 3-5-2, and 3-4-3. Those
Three,
are the
four, three.
three. Yeah, those are the three formations that we have been hearing that the gaffer has been working in training.
All right. You see, I wouldn't agree with the 3-4-3, because I don't think those two CDM, because when you're using a 3-4-3 formation, those two, you don't use a attacking midfield, CAM. You mostly use a CM.
For three
And
four three.
yes, and a DM. And Jamaica, I don't think they are capable enough, those players, to handle that formation.
I think for a 3-4-3, um I
You have
think
to have
for
two solid CM or a CDM,
not
two
only that,
CDM.
I think for a 3-4-3, uh a false nine kind of role is very important in terms of somebody, a number nine that will come deep, and provide help to provide that linkage, to help to provide that, to help in build up, to help to provide that linkage, at the higher end of the pitch.
But where would that number 9 select from? Because
More
if
than,
it's
I mean, Akwasa Chang.
no, but if it's a 3-4-3, that would be the 10 player. So we are, unless you're gonna take out one of the
Where's that? 4-3-3 or 3-4-3?
3-4-3.
So what I'm saying is that you are talking about, the lack of a top link, the lack of a,
Yes,
a number 10 in a 3-4-3. So I'm
yes.
saying that role would kind of fit into the role of a false nine. So you would find that the false nine would come a little bit deeper to help to provide that linkage.
So all right, now for
The false
instance, a
nine in the
player,
front three.
the false 9.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened now when like they are on the attacking end? Who would be that person up front to receive the ball? Or if he's coming back, who gonna be up there?
I do understand your question, Cole.
All right. You
He
said
would, I
in a
mean,
3-4-3
I mean,
formation.
he would have to provide that linkage and then make the necessary runs to get himself into good goal scoring positions.
But
That's part of the role of a false nine.
I don't think that gonna really help, That's why those two person in midfield. Most team that use that formation, you have to have two strong individual in the middle who can be able to go forward,
I see your point.
defense and attack.
I see your point.
Like Busquets and those type of player.
Mm-hmm.
Alonso and those type of player. You have to have those type of player to really play a 3-4-3 who
And you're
multi.
saying we don't have the type of central midfielders to be
No,
able to successfully pull off a 3-4-3.
no.
I mean, 3-4-3 is a formation that is used as well for the purposes of high press. And, Paul Hall has spoken at length about, that's the type of you know, that's the way how he would, the style of play, so to speak.
And what
And
about again too? Remember, when you're using a 3-4-3, a battery, you have to solid,
yeah, for
very
sure.
solid.
For sure.
And this Jamaica team, to use a 3-4-3, the defense line gonna under pressure.
Yeah, but are you were the one that was just
No,
advocating
because
for
I was of
3-5-2.
chain middle. In my formation, is a 3-5-2,
Mm.
and you have two C. I'm using two DM, so one can help out in defense also. When they are off the ball, one can help out in defense and make it look like a 4-4-2 now. But a 3-4-3 is a different thing.
All right, cool. Um, I mean, let's see what formation, and how Paul goes about setting up this current Jamaica team. I love the 4-2-3-1 formation. I would go with. I mean, if we're looking at it from the perspective of the best 11, I would go with Kemar Lines at left back, the centre backs being Damian Lowe and Jamai Topi. I would put Jamai Topi there. Right back Javian Brown. I would go with Tevin Shaw and Speedy Williams as the two pivots. I would go with Peter Lee Vassell as the number 10. I would go the front three I would go with is Busy, Aquasa, and Jordan Fletcher. Would I put Peter, that's a tough one, would I play? Would I play Lamar Walker over Peter Lee Vassell? I would bring on Lamar Walker. I would start Vassell. Make us see what Vassell can do. Right? I would start Vassell and bring on Lamar Walker as an impact sub. I think Lamar Walker would be very good from the perspective of injecting some pace and injecting a spark in the latter stages of the game. If and when we would need to call upon someone to provide that. So, that's my starting 11. 4-2-3-1. You know Becky, brother. You mean Beckford? Yeah, man. Beckford are playing at the USL, man. So you would play Beckford. I mean, who do you play Beckford over Fatal Flare? Who do you play the Shane Beckford over? Hit me in the comment section and let me know who would you play the Shane Beckford over. So that's my 11, guys. Lawrence at left fullback. The two defensive centrals, Damian Lowe and Topi. Right back Javian Brown. I'm excited to see Javian Brown as well. Want to see him again. Javian Brown, I think, is a very, very good player, man. Very intelligent defender. Right? When it comes to positional awareness and also his intelligence in 1v1 scenarios, man. Very good. So that would be my back four. Again, the two double pivots, Shaw and Williams. Number 10, Vassell. The front three is Atkinson, Aquasa, and Fletcher. I see Fatal Flare say Becky, Atkinson, and Fletcher. All right, so you would have Beckford playing through the middle, and Fletcher and Atkinson out wide. I don't have a problem with that either, Fatal Flare. I don't have a problem with that either. That can work as well. I can't knock that. I mean, it all comes down to preference. It all comes down to, and the argument could be made that Deshane Beckford is doing the bit at a higher level in the USL than Akwasa Chang, who is our leading goal scorer in the JPL last season. So, I mean, it all, no, bro, Becky at left wing sub. Fatal Flare, Beckford, Deshane Beckford can play through the middle too. And who would you play through the middle then? If you're using a front three of Beckford, Atkinson, and Fletcher, who would you play through the middle? Fletcher? You play Fletcher through the middle and put Deshane Beckford out wide and Atkinson out wide. I mean, I'm not going to knock that either. You know, that can work as well. That can work as well. Question though, I'm sure I've seen Deshane Beckford play through the middle. Can't Deshane Beckford play through the middle? Hit me up in the comment section, Fatal Flare. Kuan, you know the answer to that?
Yes, yes.
Deshane Beckford can. Or see
Yes,
Fatal Flare said.
he can play through the middle as well because 1 and 2 times they use him.
I am sure I've seen Deshane Beckford play through the middle. Yes, I know that he's traditionally a winger. That I know. But I'm sure I've seen him play through the middle as well. I'm going to look that up again.
But to me, he's a more winger than a...
He is.
Because he's fast and those type of player. Both him and Walker, speedy and they don't offer much passes from the middle. So I wouldn't use none of them in the middle. They like to jiggle. Whenever time they get the ball, they start to run. And a middle have to be creative and like to pass the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, man, but I mean, you know, that's how I personally would like to see things, you know, on the pitch. I think that's from the pool of players that we're selecting from, I think that's the best 11 for me personally. But you know, let us see what Paul Hall does. It would be very interesting. All right, because we're heading out of here now, but Kuan, what exactly are you looking forward to seeing in this game coming up later on tonight?
Well, I just want to see they go out and put a good match up against this Peruvian team. I want to see they make a claim for themselves and see where it took them afterward. Because now is the opportunity and they're given the chance, so they have to make use of it. But I want to see them do their best and play to the best of their ability. So maybe a scout or someone can see them also and recognize the talent so some of these players can get out of the JPL.
Yeah. You know, I really hope that is the case. Yeah, Tennessee, we're heading out of here soon, but I really hope that is especially the case for the likes of Campbell and especially Busy Atkinson. Busy Atkinson, I don't want to see Busy Atkinson at 20 years old still playing JPL football. I don't want it.
Sometime when they pass 2022, 23, 24,
it is harder for them to leave.
No, look at Ricardo Morris. You know, Ricardo Morris was a good player at schoolboy football, even though he get bashed. He get bashed a lot for Jamaica, but he was a decent player at St. James. But he spent too much time in the JPL. Too much time, and that's what prevent him from reach that height, because he was excellent. I'm telling you.
I think that the earlier our players leave the JPL is the better for their careers. And I think it becomes harder for the players to leave when they hit their 20s, when they're teenagers doing well in our league. The Busy Atkinson has been balling in our JPL from the age of 17. It would really be sad to see that his 20s would have caught him in the JPL. Looking forward to see how especially the JPL players handle the international level. Looking forward to see Javane Brown as well. and also most importantly, you know, how Paul Hall, you know, how Paul Hall looks as a manager.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's very important.
just to add to it, remember, I'm looking forward to the South American side for enough of these players get transition to. So now they are playing in Peru, so scout and so from all over South America may be there watching the game, and so I'm just hoping that these guys put their foot forward and try to make a claim and play to the best of their ability.
Yeah,
Run at this Peru, they can't go there with a defensive ball game. They have to attack.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how
yeah,
Scott gonna see them. They have to
yeah,
attack. That's why I'm choosing an attacking team. No defensive type of football should be played because that gonna just
so if you get
hold.
more defense,
Because look at even Busy Atkinson. How does he gonna get look at when you are playing a defensive type of ball game?
you don't want to see the team playing behind the ball.
No, I want to see them hit the ground
Try and
immediately.
play on the front foot.
Yes, so they can really do it, market open up. I want the South American market to open up
To
for
our
Jamaican
JPL
as well.
young players. I
Yes,
see what you mean. I see what you mean. You know, and that's a very good point, Koan. That's a very good point because we need to start looking at other markets apart from North America and Europe. Nothing wrong with sending our players to South America, right? If we could have get Busy Atkinson to a Brazilian side at 17 or even now at 19 or even an Argentinian team, right? The Brazilian league and the Argentinian league better than whole heap of league in Europe. Better than
remember
whole heap of league in Europe.
Brazil River Plate, Atletico Mineiro, Santos. Most of these play against Club World Cup final and play against Bayern Munich. Sometimes it's in
Yeah, man,
3-1,
true.
1-0.
Yeah,
They
man.
match up against.
Corinthians never did win a Club World Cup couple of years ago, man.
Yes,
Beat
with the great
Chelsea,
Ronaldinho at
I think they beat
Barcelona.
Chelsea in the final.
Yes, or 12.
Mm.
And even Mexico Liga mix,
Yeah,
beside
yeah,
they go down 2-1 to Bayern Munich last year.
yeah. So I think that's a very good point. Very good point. But the most important thing for me though is just seeing how Paul gets on as a manager, man. If he's a proactive manager and not a reactive manager,
Yeah,
if he makes substitutions at the right time, not, don't delay substitutions, don't take too long to react to certain situations, be proactive instead of being reactive, just the style of play, how well he
yeah,
implements. He talks a good talk, but can he walk the walk? Implementation is key as well,
yes, yeah,
and I think tonight would give us a better indication as to how good of a manager Paul Hall really is.
yes, because everyone is curious right now about the style of play that he would bring tonight.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
well would he do on the pitch, as how he speak, because he speak well, and I like what he said and what his thought is, but can he display it?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It will be very, very interesting to see the system and the style of play used tonight. I think we have basically covered it. I think, by the way, how you seeing the game ending, Q1? You see us win, lose, or draw? Score prediction?
Well, I'm seeing like I think I'm giving the edge to Peru, like a 2-1 victory for Peru.
Yeah, it for me personally, it looked like a 2-1 victory is written on it for real, man, for real. I don't think we'll win it. I don't think we'll draw it, and
No.
I think Peru will edge this one. One thing before we get out of here, me no want to see no long ball. Me tired
Yes.
to see Jamaica playing long. Me no want to see no more long ball. That me really, I mean, I want to see we struggling to build out from the back either. So that would be another very important observation for me as well. Big up Rajan Williams, Tennessee. Big up, boss. Bless up, bless up. Leon 710, Vamos Peru, Hoy La Pe Nemos. I have no idea what that means, but if you are from Peru and you are understanding what I am saying, big up yourself. All right, so guys, that's about it. We're getting out of here now. The match is in about 4 hours time, so we're looking forward to it greatly.
He's saying that let's put it to the Peru. Let's put it to the Peru.
You know Spanish, Kuan?
Yes, to
What?
some extent.
You're a learned man.
Mhm.
Me not bright them way there in a virgin. I just
No man, you know,
just
man,
and
he
check
said let's
alone. Me
put
know
it.
in a boss. Me not learn them way there at all. For try learn Spanish, I want hurted thing in a Kuan.
Yeah, and he said let's put it to the Peru.
All right, cool, cool. Um, Kuan, thanks for being here, man. Much
Yes, yes, please,
appreciated, man.
man.
You gave some very good insight, man, and it was much
Yes.
appreciated, man. You know, and anytime you want to jump back onto the platform, man, feel free to do.
Yes, I'm just gonna pick you up some. I want to see this match tonight. I
Yeah,
want to see.
yeah, man. I think many Jamaicans are eagerly anticipating, you know, and we don't know what we're gonna see, but hopefully it's something good.
It's a while now. They are calling for local base. No, they get the opportunity now. So let's
Yeah,
see how they would put their foot.
yeah. All right, so guys, smash the like button before you get out of here. Free and easy way to support. Just knock the like button before you come out of here, so it can get more exposure, so people, you know, after the live has finished can see the video as well. And we're wishing the Reggae Boys all the best later on tonight. Hopefully we can get a positive result, and hopefully we don't get embarrassed, and hopefully we see some positive signs going forward from both a coaching perspective and also a player's perspective. Big up to all the commenters who, kept the comment section going throughout the live. Trust me, man, we love to see when the comment section is active and vibrant, and we appreciate that. So thanks for all your comments, and thanks to all the silent viewers as well, watching but not necessarily commenting. Big up yourselves. Take care, stay safe, guys, and until next time.